Magandang araw sa ating lahat. Ito po si Nico Fabian. Nandito na naman po sa programa natin, Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. Kumusta tayong lahat po? Kumusta kayo po? Kumusta ang mga overseas Filipino workers dito po sa Malaysia, particularly dito po sa Sabah, of which based tayo dito po sa Kota Kinabalu. Kumusta ang mga overseas Filipino workers sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo? Sa iba-ibang parte sa mundo, sa Saudi Arabia ba, kung saan kayo, sa United States of America kayo, kung nasaan man kayo po, kumusta kayo po? I hope everything is running smoothly sa buhay natin, especially on a Saturday. Blessed Saturday tayo po, no? And relax tayo because this is part 1 of our weekend, non-working days. Saturday and Sunday wala tayong trabaho. And of course, wag natin kalimutan, or I don't have any intention to omit itong greetings ko po sa mga kababayan, kaibigan at kapatid natin dyan po sa mismong lugar natin, sa mismong bayan natin, which we call the Philippines, our beloved Philippines po. Kumusta kayo? And sana okay lang ang buhay natin po. And ingat-ingat lang tayo po dyan sa mga gastos natin sa Pilipinas. And ingat din tayo later in the evening kasi may forecast ang Weather Bureau dyan po sa Pilipinas na si Kaloy. Ang Typhoon Kaloy is expected or forecast to hit the Philippines either tonight or tomorrow morning po, Sunday. So sana lang po hindi ito malakas na typhoon po, si Typhoon Kaloy. But normally based on we experience, pag ang pangalan ng typhoon ay lalaki po, so definitely po it is not a strong storm. So, but anyway, ingat lang tayo po. In the event na kailangan tayo mag-evacuate, especially those in the riverbanks, staying in the riverbanks. So, kung may advice sa inyo po by the local authorities ninyo to evacuate, then please do so po for your own safety. For your own safety. And of course, on a Saturday afternoon, dito po sa Kota Kinabalu, okay naman ang weather condition natin. But for the past few days, we experienced a downpour. And I don't know if it is a part of the coming of Kaloy dyan po sa Pilipinas. Alright? So, being Saturday, medyo relax tayo. And before I will forget, I would like also to say hello, shoutout muna tayo sa mga kaibigan, kababayan at kapatid natin po, especially those who are following, supporting ang LA Zamboanga Times po dyan po sa Amerika, no? And LA Zamboanga Times is founded by a friend of mine, a classmate of mine po dyan po sa Zamboanga noon, si Mr. John Sheen III, no? And online yan po ang nila po, ang LA Zamboanga Times. So to all the followers and supporters of LA Zamboanga Times, I would like to say Godspeed sa inyong lahat po. And ingat lang tayo po. And if you want to know more news about, hindi naman siguro lahat, no? But at least mga hot news dyan po sa Pilipinas, now nandito lang tayo po, no? Sa Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico, where you can find me dito po sa Facebook, you can find me dyan po sa YouTube, and of course sa TikTok po, no? So, kung pwede lang, if you have time, like, subscribe, and follow me po, no? So, this is part of my contribution being a professional Filipino journalist po, and staying or residing, no? Permanently dito po sa Malaysia. Alright. So, ang topic natin ngayon is more on, kasi dalawang tulog na lang We are left tonight, we sleep tonight, and we sleep tomorrow, Sunday. The following day, that will be Monday, then it is a very important day for mga Filipinos po, no? Especially those who are following itong mga news natin, political news in the Philippines, because the plenary of the House of Representatives scheduled sila po on Monday, May 11 to vote po, no? Or to confirm ang Justice Committee report ng House of Representatives po, where they found that there is sufficient in form, sufficient in substance, and sufficient in grounds itong impeachment complaint against Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. So they already transmitted ang committee report nila sa plenaryo the other day, and ang plenary will be voting. Ang mga congressmen, a total of 380 congressmen will be voting. Will be voting on Monday whether to confirm or to impeach si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte po. So the session will start at 3 p.m. if I'm not mistaken po. And I don't know if how long will it last, because accordingly, I was made to understand by no less than during the interview I saw in the Philippines po that the Justice Committee chairwoman, si Representative Garville Luistro, she already announced that most likely po all the congressmen will be given ample time to deliberate or make their manifestation po during the plenary session po. So it could last until, let's say, if they start at 3 p.m., siguro hanggang midnight or early morning po, or maybe it will be continued the following day. Kasi ample time will be given. Unless the Camara will make a new ruling and they will limit, let's say, 5 minutes per congressman po. And at the end of this plenary session, they are going to vote po. And voting will be isa-isa po, no? Isa-isa. In other words, the name of the congressman will be called, and they have to vote, either say yes or no sa impeachment of Inday Sara Duterte. So we will be able to see, the public will be able to see kung sino ng boto against the impeachment of Inday Sara Duterte, and who voted for the impeachment of Inday Sara Duterte, and of course, those who abstain. And we will also know kung sino-sino po nag-absent sa Monday's plenary session. So, yun po. Yun ang topic natin ngayon. And based on the reports that I have received, no? I have received and I've been monitoring na some congressmen, no? Some congressmen, especially those who voted dyan po sa Justice Committee last week po, confirming that there is a probable cause sa impeachment complaint of Inday Sara Duterte. They said, especially si Representative Terry Ridon, he already, during an interview, he mentioned that nakuha na daw po ang number 215 votes from the total 318 congressmen po. Others were saying 120 lang, others were saying 180, others were saying 200, and others are saying that 215, they achieved already that number. Most likely, kasi mayroon pa today, tomorrow, and on Monday, most likely, it will increase pa po ang number of votes po. And it is also not impossible kung they will not hit itong 106 required votes for the House of Representatives to be able to impeach Inday Sara Duterte, officially impeach Inday Sara Duterte, and bring it or transmit it to the Senate po. For the Senate to also vote whether they will conduct a full-blown impeachment trial against Inday Sara Duterte po. And if ever there will be a full-blown trial against Inday Sara Duterte, most likely, ang what we speculate and ang mga forecast is most likely the full-blown impeachment trial will jumpstart sa maybe middle of June po. So, yon ang natin. So, I have prepared some video clips para sa mga followers natin dito po. So at this, you will be able to have a clear. You won't be blared on the issue, of the impeachment complaint against Inday Sara Duterte po. Left and right na po, may affirmative, may negative, ang mga reaction ng mga tao po. But when we talk about the possibility of Inday Sara to be impeached sa House of Representatives, if you ask me po, for me, it is already given. It doesn't matter whether it is 106 lang po, one-third, or it is 200, or it is 215, or it is 300, or 100%, 318 votes that they will get. No? It doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter po. Given na yun po, knowing the number of congressmen supporting from the very start, supporting the impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte. The most important thing here po is that should the impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte will reach the Senate, and the Senate will open a full-blown impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte. So, the most important thing po, whether she will be convicted or she will be acquitted. Remember, impeachment is a political maneuvering. Political maneuvering. It is a numbers game. Game of numbers ito po. Not necessarily ang desisyon ng mga Senate judges will depend merely on the evidences. Mayroon din yun po ang political flavor po dyan po sa decision whether to convict or not to convict si Inday Sara Duterte. Alright? So, to start with, let me share with you po itong first video clip that I'm going to share with you po. And later on, we'll be touching also on we'll also be touching kung sino-sino kaya yun po, mga kandidato o mga senator that who will be going for the acquittal of Inday Sara Duterte, and those who will be going for the conviction of Inday Sara Duterte. But first and foremost, let me share with you itong video clip po. Importante ito po. Nandito. Let's watch and listen to this video clip po.
Sinasabing
Alright, nandito. Okay, hold on.
ebidensya, 4 sa 10 Pilipino sa isang survey ang nagsabing dapat opinyon pa rin ng publiko ang pakinggan ng mga kongresista sa pagdedesisyon sa impeachment. Sunod lang dito ang lakas o hina ng ebidensya. Ang iba nagsasabing konsensya ang dapat pairalin habang ang ilan naniniwalang politika ang basehan. Ayon kay Professor Guido David ng grupong Octa Research, lumalabas naman sa ibang survey na mayorya sa mga Pilipino ang nagsasabing dapat magpatuloy ang impeachment proceedings laban kay Duterte. Aminado siyang may sapat pa rin namang suporta kay Duterte, pero posibleng nagbago na raw ito dahil sa mga pagdinig.
But I think some of that support has already eroded because of these recent proceedings that we're monitoring. So as we mentioned earlier, 50 million yung reach ng mga posts on social media that shows that there were billions in her account. So that parang tumatatak yan sa mga tao.
Para sa mga impormasyong napapanahon at on-demand, Lance Mexico, Newswatch Plus.
Okay, yan po, narinig natin. And of course, the word conscience of voting, yun talaga, that's the magic word ngayon po. It means conscience voting without fear. Ito mga congressmen, they will vote based on their conscience without fear. Without fear po. And in other words, conscience voting, it also means that the party leadership will not interfere or, play a role in the decision of every congressman po, whether to impeach Inday Sara Duterte or not to impeach Inday Sara Duterte po, dyan po sa plenaryo. Alright, let me share with you another a video clip, and this time around, itong video clip came from political analyst po, although she's a very, sabihin natin, strong supporter also of the Dutertes. But let's watch and listen itong report po. Sandali, itong report. I'm referring to no other than si Professor Malu Tikia. Professor Malu Tikia po. And let's watch and listen to this. Okay, sandali po.
Bago ang inaasahang botohan sa plenaryo sa Lunes, pinayuhan ng political strategist na si Professor Malu Tikia ang mga mambabatas. Ayon kay Tikia, nararapat lamang na sumangguni muna ang mga miyembro ng Kamara sa kanilang mga constituents o mga nasasakupang distrito bago magbitaw ng desisyon sa impeachment case laban sa pangalawang Pangulo. Malakian niya ang posibleng maging epekto ng magiging boto ng mga mambabatas pagdating ng 2028 elections. Kaya naman mahalagang hindi maging personal ang desisyon kundi nakabatay sa interes at mandato ng kanilang distrito.
Ang tinatanong na ng taong bayan, kami ba'y kinonsulta nyo bago kayo bumoto? Kasi tatandaan natin may mandato ang Vice Presidente na 32 billion. Hindi yung basta-basta. Kasi that is the highest in the history of electoral politics in the country, the highest for a Vice President. So,
Binigyan din ni Tikia ang solidong suporta ng Mindanao at ilang bahagi ng Visayas kay VP Sara noong nakaraang halalan. Anya dapat ikonsidera ng mga mambabatas ang nakuhang boto ng Vice Presidente sa kanilang mga lugar.
the mandate of the people is very important, especially on issues like this.
Samantala, duda si Tikia na matatapos ang impeachment process, lalo't marami pang nakabinbing kaso kaugnay dito sa Korte Suprema.
So, hindi ko nakikita na ang Senado ay mag-forthwith na i-hear the following day. Kasi ang dami pang pending issues na kailangang i-resolve bago magkaroon ng trial. Kasi kung nag-trial ka at sa kalagitnaan ng trial, sinabi ng Korte Suprema, hindi ito pwede, ano mangyayari sa trial? Hindi ba katawa-tawa?
Sa
Alright, ayan po si Professor Malu Tikia po. Now, mayroon din ako isang video clip dito po regarding may mga options ba si Inday Sara Duterte whether to proceed with the impeachment or hindi. Yung option, sabi nila po, may mga tao they're suggesting na mag-resign na lang si Inday Sara Duterte para hindi na matuloy ang impeachment niya po. No? So, I have a video clip here po tungkol itong issue po. Si Ted Filon was interviewing si Congressman Joel Chua on the issue. Whether is it a good move for Inday Sara Duterte to resign bago she will be impeached, or that impeachment article will reach sa Senado po, and eventually it will trigger the start of the impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte. Let's watch and listen to this.
Hindi yung isang break.
Hold on na. Nandito. Let's watch and listen. Is it a good idea or not? Depende na sa inyo po. What do you think?
Mag-resign siya ngayon na wala pa po kayong articles of impeachment na aprobado.
Na hindi pa na ipo-forward ng Senado, tingin ko parang magiging multi-academic lahat ito.
Okay. So meaning, sino pang i-impeach nyo wala na yung impeachable official.
Wala.
Tama ano po?
Tama po. Although kasi doon sa articles of impeachment kasi, dalawa ang prayer dyan eh. Yung isang prayer removal, yung isang perpetual disqualification. Pero siyempre, yung tanong po kasi ninyo, hindi pa na ipo-forward sa Senado eh. Kasi kung na-forward na po sa Senado, may jurisdiction na ang Senado, hawak na nila yung articles of impeachment, ang isasagot ko po sa inyo ay sa akin pong personal na opinion, dapat ituloy pa rin kasi kailangan sagutin din yung isang prayer. Kasi ang prayer, normally, dalawa yan. Removal and hindi naman po or yun and.
Pero sa tanong po ninyo, hindi pa na-forward. O di siyempre, iba po ang sitwasyon nun para magiging model academic po yung sitwasyon.
Opo, yes sir. Kasi nga po, ang prayer po nito sa bandang dulo, ang kanya pong administrative penalty ay removal from office and, disqualification. Yeah, perpetual, hindi na maaari tumakbo pa sa anumang posisyon sa gobyerno o maglingkod sa gobyerno. So, dito po sa senaryo na kung ngayon siya mag-resign, basically po, hindi siya na-impeach, no? And pwede pa siyang tumakbo sa next election kasi nga wala pa siyang conviction naman doon sa kanyang kaso sa Sandigan Bayan. Pero sabi nga natin, baka hindi mangyari yun. In the Senate, in case po na siya mag-resign, ang inyong pong legal opinion dito, dapat ituloy.
Pag nasa Senate na, kasi po, hindi pa po nila sinasagot yung isang prayer. Ibig sabihin, ito po yung inihiling. Kasi dalawa po yan eh. Kaya lang, kung kagaya po na sinasabi ninyo, hindi pa na ipo-forward sa Senate. Parang korte yan, hindi pa na ipo-forward sa korte. Wala na yung, may nangyari na dun sa tao. So ano pa yung nire-resolve nung po?
Opo. Sige po. So kung sakasakali nga ito'y pumalit ng Senado, kung mag-resign ng Vice Presidente, dapat ituloy pa rin ang paglilitis. Otherwise, maliban na naman kung pipigilan na naman po ng Supreme Court. No?
Alright, yun po, narinig natin ang opinion, the understanding of Representative Joel Chua regarding kung sakali si Inday Sara Duterte, Vice President Inday Sara Duterte will take the move to resign before the impeachment article will reach the Senate. So, dalawang prayer man yan po, no? One prayer is she will be removed from office as a vice president, and the second prayer is yun po, perpetual disqualification po. So, sabi ni Representative Chua na dapat magtuloy yun po even though she already resigned kasi hindi pa na answer ang second prayer. But narinig na natin from day one pa po, sabi ni Inday Sara Duterte, she will never resign po because she is thinking about the 32 million votes that supported her candidacy as Vice President of the Philippines dyan po sa 2022 presidential election po. No? And she don't have any intention to betray ang confidence and trust given to her during the 2022 presidential election. Alright, mayroon naman another video clip dito po. Let's hear the opinion of former senator and former Senate President ng Senate po ng Pilipinas, si former Senator Frank Drilon. Si Frank Drilon po on the issue. Let's watch and listen to this po. She was asked about this issue of possible resignation of Inday Sara Duterte. Let's watch and listen to this po.
What is the scenario if she resigns?
Okay, magandang tanong yan. What is the scenario if she resigns? Ano ba ang mangyayari? Alam mo, Corina, sa batas, may dalawang parusa ang impeachment kung ikaw ay maging guilty. Unang-una, papalisin ka sa iyong pwesto. At pangalawa, hindi ka na pwedeng pumasok sa gobyerno. So, number one, dismissal from office. Number two, perpetual disqualification from holding public office. Pag nag-resign si Vice, at ito'y theoretical lamang, huwag mo dyan, ito po'y paliwanag. Pag nag-resign si Vice President Duterte, ang ibig sabihin, yung penalty na paalisin siya sa pwesto, maging academic kasi umalis na eh. Ngunit, debatable kung pwede pang ituloy ang impeachment trial para i-impose ang penalty of perpetual disqualification from holding public office.
Maaari pa rin makatakbo sa halalan si VP Sara kahit ma-impeach o mag-resign.
Okay, klarong-klaro yun po. If she resign, she can still. Kasi mayroon pa mga 2 years pa yun po, no? Para mag-election. So if she resign, pwede rin na she will be a candidate. But the problem is, tuloy pa rin yung impeachment trial niya because ang prayer number 2 was not the resolved, no? Was not the resolved. And remember that, itong impeachment ni Inday Sara Duterte, walang guarantee ito, convicted or acquitted, no? And after the impeachment, whatever the result, kung she was convicted, remember, the next move, yun po, sa opposite side, yun kontra kay mga Dutertes po, is for them to, most likely, they are going to go for the, kasi ordinaryong citizen na lang si Inday Sara Duterte, so they will be filing criminal charges against Inday Sara Duterte. No? So mabigat yan po ang sitwasyon ni Inday Sara Duterte, but very firm siya po. No? From day one, sabi niya po, she will not resign. She will not resign. Alright. So, anong reaction naman na mayroon tayong video clip dito po of Inday Sara Duterte o Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Let's watch and listen this video clip. This video clip po of Inday Sara Duterte. Hold on po, nandito.
Alam niyo naman na hindi ko...
Hold on na. Okay, nandito po. Pasensya lang, medyo ano tayo because manual tayo dito. Okay, nandito po. Hold on.
Alam niyo naman na hindi ko gusto maging president. Kaya nga ako hindi tumakbo ng election. Lalo na vice president. So para sa akin, kung manatili akong vice president, well and good. Kung hindi man din ako maging vice president, okay lang din sa akin.
Dedma at hindi raw takot na matanggal sa pwesto si Vice President Sara Duterte. Sinabi niya yan sa gitna ng gumugulong niyang impeachment sa Kamara.
Hindi ako parang gigil ba doon sa posisyon. Kasi kahit anong posisyon naman, kung gusto mo talaga tumulong sa tao, pwede naman yun.
Kumpiyansa rin si VP Sara na walang sapat na ebidensya ang mga alegasyon sa kanya. Gaya noon, tinawag niya ulit itong pamumulitika.
Ano ba talaga ang totoong kwento dito? Is this accountability or is this about removing a person who doesn't agree with the administration?
Base naman sa konsultasyon sa mga kongresista ni Bicol Saro Party List Representative Terry Ridon, umakyat na raw sa 215 ang bobotong ma-impeach si VP Sara. Sinigundahan niya ni Tingog Party List Representative Jude Asidre. Sa party list block pa lang daw kasi, 47 na raw ang nagsabing bobotong pabor sa impeachment.
After the second, the AMLAC, and the third hearings, mas dumami yung, kumbaga kung meron pa nagdadalawang isip, by the second and third, medyo mas marami na. Dumami yung mas na-kumbinse dahil sa ebidensya.
Nabigyan na rin ng kopya ang mga kongresista ng Committee Report at Articles of Impeachment ni VP Sara. Sa Lunes, ito ay inaasahang pagbobotohan ng mga kongresista sa plenaryo. Pero kung tuluyang ma-impeach si VP Sara sa Kamara, posible kasing may mga tumutol lalo't may mga kaalyado si VP Sara sa Senado. Pero ang boto pa rin daw ng mayorya ang masusunod.
Hindi sir, pwedeng hindi mag-convene kung manalo yung ganong boto.
Yes, kasi nga, 24-member court ito, na kung ano yung sabihin ng majority, yun ang ruling ang court. So, Senate yung mag-rule as a body, kung magkukonvene ba kami o hindi. I'm sorry, it's not the impeachment court who will decide by a vote of majority.
Ayon pa kay Lacson, ang makakatiyak lang na magkukonvene ang impeachment court ay kung solid ang numero ng mayorya sa ilalim ng liderato ni Senate President Tito Soto. At tingin dyan ni Lacson,
Sa ngayon, tingin ko solid, wala namang ugong-ugong eh.
May enough numbers
Wala
kayong
naman dito
magutuhan.
sikretong kudita eh.
Pinag-uusapan na rin ng ilang senador ngayon ang pagtatalaga ng isang impeachment manager sakaling matuloy ang paglilitis sa impeachment case ni VP Sara Duterte. Ang impeachment manager ang magsisiguro na maayos ang proseso sa impeachment court at ang posible ang ilagay sa posisyon na yan ay si Senator Kiko Pangilinan na isa ring abogado. Pero hindi pa raw yan final ayon mismo kay Pangilinan.
It's just a suggestion, so wala pang final. Pero tingnan natin. It's really the decision of the majority. Mostly administrative, just for the smooth, orderly proceedings.
Una lang sinabi ni Soto na magko-convene agad sila kinabukasan sa araw na maipadala na sa kanila ng Kamara ang Articles of Impeachment. Mga kapatid, Mean Los Baños po, huwag magpahuli sa mga balita at impormasyong dapat ninyong malaman. Para sa mas malawak na balitaan at diskusyon, mag-follow at mag-subscribe na sa social media pages ng News 5.
Alright, dahil yan po, narinig natin si Vice President Inday Sara Duterte made it very clear she's less bothered whether she will still be the Vice President or she will be removed sa posisyon ng Vice President ng Pilipinas po. No? And voting will be nominal voting po sa Monday. Anong ibig sabihin yun na nominal voting? It means po every congressman, the name of every congressman will be called during the plenary session po. And doon po, that particular or ito mga congressman po will give their vote. Yes or no. Yes or no po. Favor para sa impeachment o hindi favor para sa impeachment. Pag it will be transmitted to the Senate, it doesn't mean automatic po, no? Mag-start na ang impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte. According to Senator Ping Lacson, mayroon pa yung proseso po wherein all the senators, no? During the session po, they are going to vote not as a just senator judges, but as a senator, they will vote whether to convene ang impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte. Once they will decide, majority of them will go for the impeachment, then only mag-convene po ang impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte. No? And the senators will be automatically sabihin natin senator judges po for the impeachment trial. So, yun po. Klarong-klaro yan po. So, this time around, I want to share you another video clip. Kasi marami ng mga congressmen are saying about 215 votes na po or it can go as high as 280, mayroon 180, 120, no? So, nandito po ang statement, observation made by another supporter of Inday Sara Duterte or mga Dutertes po, and I'm referring to Attorney J.V. Hilno. Hilno po, nandito ang video clip ni Attorney Hilno on the issue. On the issue. Let's watch and listen to this.
So, the only thing na talagang set on stone is that to convict, they need 2/3. They need 16 senators. Kaya kahit absent si Senator De La Rosa, his vote does not matter because 16 positive votes are needed. Right now, kung bibilangin natin sa minority bloc, may 5 solid na kaalyado si VP Sara. Sino sila? Senator Bato, Senator Marcoleta, Senator Bongo, Senator Robin Padilla, Senator Amy Marcos. 5 yan, solido. I don't expect any of them, no? By presumption, that of course, they have to sit as neutral judges, but by presumption, they will vote in favor of VP Sara. Who are the 4 others? We have Senator Cayetano, Senator Villanueva, Senator Escudero, and Senator Jinggoy. These are 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. With those 9 votes, the possibility of conviction is 0. Unless yung isa sa minority. Pero kahit bumaliktad, meron naman tayong narinig. Senator J.B. Ejercito, sabi niya, generally doesn't like the impeachment. Sabi niya sa news. But he could also change his mind once he is sitting as a judge. Yung isa, sa strategist naman, nag-isip, Senator Loren Legarda, kasi yung anak, nag-claim na DDS. But Senator Loren Legarda is an ally of President Marcos. So, hindi natin rin alam yung boto ni Senator Legarda. At meron na rin tayong yung magkapatid na Villar. Senator Mark Villar at Senator Camille Villar. They are also friends of the VP, but meron rin sort of Damocles hanging in their head because of pending cases against them. There are senators also na hindi natin alam ang boto. Yung kapatid ni Senator Cayetano, si Senator Pia, kalyado ni Pangulong Marcos, pero kapatid niya si Senator Cayetano, hindi rin natin alam saan patutungo ang boto. So that's why, if we talk about numbers, kung sa Senado na pag-uusapan, the possibility of an acquittal to a conviction is much higher, but nothing is certain in this world, no? Because logically, mananalo si VP sa Senado, but sabi nga ni VP, it is God's will. It is already written kung ano yung kanyang destiny. And the presidency is destiny. The only thing na talagang set on stone is that to convict, they need 2/3.
Alright, yan po, narinig natin ang forecast ni Attorney J.V. Hilno po, no? So yun ang forecast niya po. Other people might disagree, and some people might agree ang forecast ni Attorney Hilno. And marami din mga political analysts, no? Mga politicians po na they're saying na sigurado na ma-convict si Inday Sara Duterte, while others are saying the other side, acquitted. She will be acquitted po. Okay, before I'm going to end itong program natin for Saturday, May 9 po, no? Let me, give me my own opinion. Ito sa akin din ito po, no? This is my own opinion po. I totally agree with Tony J.V. Hilno when he said that ito si Senator Bato de la Rosa, ito si Senator Marcoleta, si Senator Bongo, si Senator Ruben Padilla, and Senator Amy Marcos po. These are strong senators who will be going for the acquittal of, sabi natin na si Inday Sara Duterte po, should there be any impeachment trial. And mga iba pang mga senators po, because we have 24, no? 24. Okay, one by one, let's look at them, no? Let's look at them. Okay, si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, he is the minority leader dyan po sa Senado. Definitely, he was the running mate of Tatay Digong during the election po na 2016, and strong supporter din yun po ng mga Dutertes. So definitely he will walang doubt that he will also be supporting ang acquittal of Inday Sara Duterte. And then mayroon tayong si Villanueva, may kaso ngayon, may mga implicated ang pangalan niya po, no? Si Joel Villanueva implicated sa flood control projects po, yun mga anomalous deals, no? So, depende yun po kung paano ang gobyerno ngayon. Because we look at the government now po, if you go against them po, they will find ways and means to file cases against you po. But looking at the scenario, parang si Senator Joel Villanueva po will go for the acquittal. Alright, next is si Chis Escudero, same case din po, no? Mentioned, implicated sa flood control scandal po. And if you remember last year, na he is not in favor of the impeachment of Inday Sara Duterte. So it means acquittal. Then we have si Jinggoy, also the same scenario or a problem that is facing because his name is also implicated dyan po sa flood control project. So if you look at it, mayroon na tayong 9 of them. 9 of them. So medyo mahirap na po to convict si Inday Sara Duterte. But how about si JB Ejercito? Si JB Ejercito is the half-brother of Jinggoy Estrada. Half-brother. And the way how I look at it, I will not be surprised if JB Ejercito will vote no for the conviction of Inday Sara Duterte. But anything can happen, Anything can happen po. Ito mga haka-haka forecast lang ni Nico dito po sa senaryo ngayon. And then, of course, there's no much explanation to say when we talk about Senator Legarda. Ang anak niya po, si Leandro Legarda, very, very strong supporter of Inday Sara Duterte. And really, a lot of people respect him, although he's a neophyte, very young congressman, and he really hates corruption po. No? So being the mother of Leandro, I think anything can happen po. She will go for the acquittal of Inday Sara Duterte. Remember, Legarda and the Dutertes are close family friends. Then I will go to the two Villar, si Camille and si Mark Villar po. Ganito din ngayon po, may pressure sila from the government kasi may kaso sila ngayon po. No? But if you look at it, Villar and Duterte, they are very close also po. Supporter of the Dutertes, especially kay Tatay Digong. Next is Senator Pia Cayetano. Pia Cayetano is the sister of Alan Peter Cayetano. Blood is thicker than water. Diba? So, may prinsipyo din si Senator Pia Cayetano. And the way how I look at it, I will ask. Again, I will say I will not be surprised if Pia Cayetano will follow the decision of his brother, si Alan Peter Cayetano. Alan Peter Cayetano. Now, mayroon pa isang senator from Mindanao, si Subiri. Although he is the majority leader dyan po sa Senado ngayon po, but being a senator from Mindanao, and he knows how supportive ang mga tao sa Mindanao, sa mga Dutertes po, I think he will go for the acquittal of Inday Sara Duterte. Inday Sara Duterte po. And of course, the rest, kagaya ni Senator Risa Antaveros, that, no doubt po, for the conviction yan. Si Senate President Vicente Soto for conviction. Si Senator Ping Lacson for conviction yan po. No doubt yun po. Si Senator Kiko Pangilinan for conviction din yun po. And mayroon tayong si Dito Lapid, quiet senator. No? Ay quiet senator po, but he's doing his job. And for me, honestly speaking, I think she will go for conviction. And of course, nandyan po si Bam Aquino. Mayroon pa ba ibang mga senator I miss? So, yun po ang the way how I look at this situation. So, but anything can happen, Still, anything can happen. Depende na yan po sa mga ebidensya po. And remember, even mayroon na mga ebidensya dyan po, remember, this impeachment is a mixture of evidences, mag-base sila sa ebidensya, and this is a political maneuvering. It is a numbers game ito po. Numbers game ito po. And the way we look at it now, or the way how I look at it now, medyo may advantage ang mga Duterte o si Inday Sara Duterte when we talk about the numbers game. A numbers game po. But again, I would say, anything can still happen po. Anything can still happen. Either she will be convicted or she will be acquitted. And the question of Inday Sara Duterte to resign, I don't think so po. I don't think so po. No? I don't think so po. I hope I'm wrong, but this is how. So lahat mga supporters ni Inday Sara Duterte, you continue to your fight, no? Your cause. Ang mga supporters naman ng gobyerno ngayon, if you believe na kailangan talaga ito, then continue your cause. And let us see po, no? Anong ang desisyon ng ang outcome ng impeachment trial of Inday Sara Duterte po. Which most likely, it will jumpstart sa mid-June pa yan po. Second week of June. That's how I look at it po. That's how I look at it. So, hanggang dito na lang muna tayo po. Let us continue to pray na everything will run smoothly po sa political scenario sa Pilipinas po, particularly to impeachment. Although many of the Filipinos are saying sana hindi na lang ito matuloy ang impeachment kasi ang dami pa tayong mga problema po sa Pilipinas. And congratulations to the organizers, to the government, who is hosting, ang Pilipinas is hosting ngayon, ang ASEAN Leadership Summit 2026, dyan po sa Cebu po, no? So, with this, siguro hanggang dito na lang muna tayo po. And I will continue to monitor whatever updates mayroon po tungkol sa updates, developments dyan po sa Pilipinas. Ako po, si Nico Fabian. Dito po sa programa natin, Nick Talk, the Real Talk with Nico, I will continue to update all of you po so that you will be able to be updated and know what is really happening dyan po sa Pilipinas. In the meantime, once again, si Nico would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Malaysia, Sabah, the Philippines, God bless us all. Let's pray for peace sa mundo natin po. And advance Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers tomorrow po. I'll see you again in my next episode. Bye! And I love you all. Godspeed!